कालीकूर्च समायुक्त मायाकूटोपदेशतः प्रणवार्थ प्रबोधिन्यौ नमामि गुरुपादुके श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. क्रीं मात्रे नमः. नमस्कारं स्वामी. Namaste. Today we are once again having Swami with us, and we are going to deal with one problem first and then another issue in the second episode. So the first episode is going to be about acidity, that is the acid collecting and the gas forming in the top portion of the stomach and the chest becoming heavy. So that is the first issue that we are going to deal with home remedies and pranayamas and whatever else Swami is willing to share with us.
Jatadharam Pandurangam Shulaham Kripanidhim Sarvarogaharam Devam Dattathreyamaham Bhaje Satchidanandarupaya Bindunadantaratmane Omkara Divya Ghoshaya Gurunam Gurave Namaha. Good wishes to all. Today, I am going to talk about this acidity. Acidity, the word gives the meaning acid. So it is directly connected with our digestive system. So the food and the things that what we are eating every day, this is connected with this problem. Because if the food is not digested properly, then half digestion happens, or the secretion of this bile juices or the digestive juices, if it is more than what is needed, then they start burning the inside digestive system organs inside. And esophagus, where the food and it goes inside, and the food that we are taking, if it is spicy, hot, and then pungent, and this type of things is too much sour, too much pungent, too much hot and spicy, that creates, that actually increases the juice, digestive juice more. They are very disturbing because, acids burns, the hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, these are the things that we have the digestive juices inside. Bile juices is going to be increased in number, then it will burn inside the organs. The digestion will not be completed. You understand? Half digestion happens and other things, then they, because of this fuming effect of these digestive juices, the food and all, their gas forms, called amavata. When the gas forms, where it has to go? Either it has to go down through the other system, excretory system, or it has to come up. That is why what happens if it is not digested or something and the gas forms and all, we actually remove this from mouth, belching comes. So after that we feel a little comfort in the chest or somewhere it is a natural process, but it is a sign of disease also, because the acids are going up with the gas, it is pushing up. Also this gas accumulation becomes a discomfort in the stomach, and we feel heaviness in the stomach. We don't feel easiness. After food, after a little time, automatically this, when the digestion starts and all, we feel discomfort and burning sensation in the heart region, and then this gas formation and belching and bloating and all these things happens. This is called acidity, bloating, belching, and many terminology the doctors use. But it is very much connected with our digestive system. So the food should be controlled. And as I told in the old, the last videos of mine, you should have a control over your time and untimely food taking and getting up and going to bed and rising from the bed. This day-to-day routine, it should be in a balance, especially what food you are taking. Some people, as you said, Pitta Prakriti, Vata Prakriti, like that, many things they are confusing in the world now. There is that, this, what we have spoiled our condition, our body condition, we decide it as Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti, Vata Pitta, like that, this is identification of the disturbance of the body, the diseased body. So first, this is called Vikriti, it is not Prakriti, as I wanted to clarify you. This Vikriti, that means what is dominate in your in your constituency, in your body. That means pitta may be a dominant factor, and the vata may be a dominant factor. This you should first, doctors will identify, and they will ask you what type of food you are eating and what they suggest you how to control all these things and all. So acidity comes because of the indigestion or the excretion of these bile juices more. So what we have to do, simple remedies for this gas and acidity and all. First, please note down when I say point by point. Okay. First, mix half spoon ginger juice with half spoon lemon juice and half spoon honey. Take this mixture before food. Again, I repeat, mix half spoon ginger juice. Make a ginger juice from fresh ginger and make half spoon lemon juice and half spoon honey. That's all. Mix all these things and take this mixture before food. Before you eat food, you have to take this mixture. The second one, take 1 glass orange juice in the morning regularly. Fresh orange juice. You should not drink some Fanta and this type of things that they sell it in the, because it is wonderful for you. You are lazy. You don't want to buy fresh oranges and make your juice yourself. Fresh orange juice should be regularly taken in the morning. This causes liver disorders will be cured, because it cures liver disorders. Liver is the main cause to produce the bile juices and all, you know that. And then cleans the intestines. This orange juice cleans intestines and then relieves stomach gas. The wonderful and very pleasant thing. Orange juice you like, I know. So make your orange, buy orange, maybe it's a little bit costly or unseasonal or whatever it may be. You can replace it with lemon or lime, something like that. But orange juice, if it is okay, then if you get in all the seasons, you can buy and then make orange juice every morning, 1 glass. Okay. The third one, mix equal quantity of raw cauliflower. Cauliflower, you know, that you take and then cut it into small pieces and make a juice, fresh juice. Raw cauliflower and raw carrot juice. It should be mixed in equal quantities and then it should be drink. You should drink that. If it eliminates gas, bloating problem will go and it reduces the acidity also. It is unpleasant because this juice is not as pleasant as the fruit juices, but you should, if you accustom yourself, it solves your problem. And also you get some, because carrot juice is wonderful. You can mix this carrot juice with apple juice and make a special juice. It will create immunosystem wonderfully. That later we will come some other video. Then grind cumin seeds, jeerakam. Okay, grind this ajwain seeds, ajavana, somp we say. Then fennel seeds. Somp is fennel, ajwain is ajwain, ajavana. Okay, these 3 seeds in equal quantities you have to grind and make a powder, fine powder, and then boil this a teaspoon in a water. First you boil the water, in a glass of water should be boiled. When the water starts boiling, you put this 1 spoon of this powder and then again boil for a few more minutes again. Then take it out and then drink this drink. Okay. Before food you can drink twice a day. That means before lunch and before dinner. Okay. This also controls the gas and then the acidity and all these things. Then take a half glass of water, add 2 to 4 drops of clove oil. Clove oil means lavanga. Lavanga, you know, clove. You take, you can buy it from some dentist or some medical shops. You can get this clove oil in a small bottle. 2 or 3, 4 drops add to a glass of water and drink this water after food, so that you can see the relief. Automatically, when you have some acidity problem you have, you get relief immediately. But it is a wonderful thing and it also freshens your mouth. Bacteria in the mouth also goes. Your teeth become strong, and if any problems with the teeth, holes in the teeth also, this water will give a wonderful effect on the mouth and everything, and you will be having a wonderful feeling, freshness in the mouth. When you speak to somebody, people feel happy. Otherwise, you know, what wonderful gas comes out of our mouth, some people hold their mouth and go. So it is all because of the indigestions. Then Add half teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. It is a wonderful medicine. Apple cider vinegar, you can buy it from shops or anywhere. And to a glass of water and drink, it releases acidity. It's a wonderful medicine. Apple cider vinegar is a wonderful medicine. But some people, heart patients and weakness in the heart and pulsating heart, and then these problems are there. Apple cider vinegar may give a congestion in the heart region. That's why it is not suggested for the heart patients and troubles with the heart problems. But other people who are healthy, they can have this. It's a wonderful relief for the acidity. Then you have to make a tea with peppermint leaves. You can buy it in market. Peppermint is mint leaves. That is the family of pudina, understand? Peppermint leaves you can ask, and then I think some places they are selling now. All over the world it is available, peppermint leaves. And fennel, that is soap. And then ajwain. And drink this tea after food thrice a day. Thrice a day, or you can, if you have acidity, more acidity, you can have more times. This is like a green tea, you understand? Wonderful tea. You can easily see how wonderful effect it gives. You make this tea and then drink. More than 2 or 3 times, gas also goes, stomach feels happy, comfortable. Then take a glass of milk with a teaspoon of ghee. It's a very simple. What you have to do, drink before meals. This glass of milk with ghee, about half an hour earlier, you can take this milk with ghee. That reduces the acidity because the ghee goes inside and then it settles out the acidic effect of the bile juices. Okay. Then what you have to do, drink tea boiling tulsi, 3 or 4 leaves of tulsi you have to boil in a water and drink this tulsi tea. It's a wonderful, gives wonderful treatment for the acidity. It is also simple. Okay. Then cinnamon tea. Cinnamon, you know, dalchini. You can buy some dalchini chakka, and then also you can, if you don't want chakka, you can make it a powder. Powder is also available. It is sold in markets and all. Bring fresh and then original cinnamon powder, add it and make a tea. Boil it and make a tea. You can drink that tea also. It also controls acidity. Wonderful, and also gas is relieved. You feel freshness in the stomach and also vitamin. It is going to give you, your body, a wonderful strength, because you know it strengthens your body. Immune system will be increased. If you use cinnamon regularly, it reduces sugar also. It purifies blood also. There are a lot of things are there in one simple herb. You understand? It's a wonderful herb, cinnamon. Make a buttermilk. It is a wonderful, tasty dish that all Brahmins love. And many Brahmin family, they make this buttermilk and drink when summer, hot summer is going on. It is a pleasant drink in our houses. So all the people, they can, everyone who has acidity, they can make this buttermilk. Making buttermilk, take curds and then dilute it with water and add a little pepper, black pepper powder, and then coriander leaves. Then drink this buttermilk after food. It relieves a lot. Instead of this, antacid tablets, after food, you can drink this buttermilk. You have to make with little pepper and then little, salt also you can add, coriander leaves. That releases bloating and also gas problem, and also it solves acidity. It settles. Every day if you do it, you feel very wonderful. Instead of having curds and all these things, curd, 1 kg of sambar rasam, 1 kg of rasam sadam, 1 kg of sambar sadam, 1 kg of rasam sadam, then 1 kg of curd sadam. This is not food. I understand. Have some little quantity of rice with little sambar, little rasam, and don't use curds, then use buttermilk. You don't have to eat more rice. Just 1 glass of buttermilk. That's enough for you. That's sattvic food. Then acidity will not be there. Many balance comes to the stomach. After this, you can chew a piece of jaggery, vellam, bella in Kannada, vellam in Tamil, and bellamu in Telugu. If you take a little piece of jaggery and chew in the mouth after food, the juice goes, that sweetness goes, and then settles the acidity. It's a very simple thing, and you can try and see. Very pleasant things I am suggesting you. I can suggest a big medicines and all. No need. These are all home remedies. You have jaggery in your house. Without jaggery, you won't live. Without buttermilk, you don't live. All these things is available readily. So you can use that. Then crush 4 or 5 cloves and 4 or 5 cardamom, yalaki, yalakai, what we say. Cardamom, 4 or 5 cardamom and 4 or 5 cloves. Crush that and powder it and make a tea. And then drink this tea. After a little, add a little honey to that and then drink this tea. It's also going to reduce your acidity, bloating, gas problems. Okay. And then if it is available, in India it is plenty available, coconut water. It's a wonderful remedy for acidity and then bloating and all these things. It helps and also purifies blood and cools the digestive system and helps digestion also. So coconut water is a pleasant thing. If you are able to do it every day, if you drink it 1 glass, for example, old people and aged people, young children, they must need this coconut water. It's wonderful tonic. Okay. Then eat a banana. After food, if you eat a banana, it also helps to reduce the acidity and then bloating and all these problems. It's a vitamin and also it helps to keep your immune system wonderful. Digestion happens after you eat a banana, a ripe banana, and you know there should be spots on the banana skin. That is good for some bananas are not ripe and they make artificially they ripe the banana and sell now. There are a lot of adulteration is going on. But you can drink from some people, they are originally they are selling organic foods they are selling. So buy spotted banana is very wonderful for our health. And small bananas will come. That is also wonderful. Yalaki banana that we call. That in some places like Mysore and all, there are different varieties of bananas also we can get, but it is a little bit costly, I think. Pacha, how to say, greenish color banana. Skin is looking greenish. That is also very powerful and very useful, and then tasty and protein you get. So these are the things for acidity.
Yes, Swami, I have a question here.
What?
Sorry, I have a question here.
Yeah.
That is, normally when we get acidity, okay, we are using things like, soda or Coke, all these things we are purchasing and we are drinking because we think that if we are putting more gas inside, it will bring out the old gas and everything will come out together. That is something which is like, very, very common practice. If you are having gas trouble, take soda. So again, carbonating the body like that, is that advisable or is that not advisable?
It is a stupidity, I tell you. If you are doing this Coke and all this bloody thing, it is going to disturb your stomach. That is why Ayurveda will never agree for those things. Carbonated water can be used, but there is a proportion and preparation of making this carbonated water with some other like juices like ginger or something else. You can make some cocktail drinks that you can use, but we don't advise you. Don't go for such things. It is going to spoil your health. The main thing is maintain a regular time of eating. You understand? One day 12 o'clock, one day 3 o'clock, one day 4 o'clock. These are the problem. It is going to definitely spoil you because there is. And one more thing, everyone should eat when they are feeling hungry, full hungry. Without hunger, you don't put any food because the stomach will not accept it. So what we are doing is, without hunger or whatever it may be, we are not feeling hunger. Only, 12 o'clock came or 2 o'clock came, I have to eat food. That's all, and a lot of things that we load the stomach. But Ayurveda suggests when you feel hungry, then eat. Eat little. You have to give a little space and then drink water. And during food eating, don't drink water. Don't dilute the food, because when you dilute, digestive juices that comes out or increases, that will be diluted. So the digestion will not happen. So you should not dilute the bile juices when it is secreted. It should not be diluted with water. So that's why during food, one more thing I want to bring it to your notice, chew the food nicely. Don't go on swallowing the food and then put little quantity of food in the mouth and chew it nicely, enjoy the taste of that mixing with the saliva, then you have to swallow. Many people, what they do, they are in a hurry, or they are great business people, they are wonderful people, that's why they put a lot of, even some people, they put the amount of food inside the mouth, they look like monkeys. Monkeys do that. You can see monkey, lot of things that put into their mouth and then start chewing. But they know how to control their body, but you don't know. Whatever, half of the food you swallow and half of the food you are chewing, but you don't taste that what you have put it in your mouth. 6 tastes are there, taste buds are there in the tongue. You should give that tongue to taste that food. That is the purpose of eating. When you do that, the saliva takes that food, and then when you chew wonderfully, then the food goes inside, it will be easily digested. If you, without chewing, if you swallow the food, it will not digest easily because it is solid inside. It takes time. So it is difficult for these bile juices to digest this also. Then half of the thing will be digested, Amavata automatically starts, and then lot of gas automatically produces there. So first learn how to eat, and before eating pray, and then calm and quiet. These things you should maintain, and also put what amount you have to put it in the mouth, and then chew it and then eat it. This is the regular time of eating. That's what you have to maintain. Don't irregular time of eating is going to create a lot of problems to the digestion and digestive system. So that increases acidity and all this, because that already that bile juices are already secreted there, and where it goes, it will not go anywhere. That's why you spoil your liver, you spoil your gallbladder, so many things, stones will start form there in the gallbladder, and you have to operate it. These severe problems will start. So maintain whatever the simple remedies I gave you. You can one by one, you can just note down, and you can see this video one more time, and then you can easily note down and then follow at least what is suitable for you. You can accept that and then follow that in your daily life. Okay. This is simple methods for your acidity problem. Next, what you want to know from me?
Swami, another question, sub-question here, doubt. That is, when we are, you are saying like some juices before food, some juices after food. So for example, if I am going to take milk and ghee before food, and another day I want to take this combo of, lemon juice, honey and ginger juice. So can I do it like today milk and ghee, tomorrow the 3 combination of lemon juice, honey and this one? So like that, can I change it from day to day? Or if I am going with the milk and ghee practice, should I go with the milk and ghee practice throughout?
See, why I gave you a set of remedies to you. Many people are having a lot of different constituencies and different system of their eating food and all these things. So for each of them, if you give some different varieties of remedies, they should try these things one by one, and what is suitable for them, they have to stick to that. But don't change one day this and one day that. It is not advisable. You need only solution to remove your problem, that's all. If all these things, any one remedy is suitable for you, accept it and continue that, that's all, enough. No need for doing all the things and experiment every day, different, because you like milk and you like ghee, you like curds, one day buttermilk. That is only weakness of the body. That you don't do that. Don't be slave for your tongue and your taste, understand? Follow one thing, that is enough. Medicine should be in limit, you understand? You should take one remedy for you, that's all. What suits you. That's why we give some 10 different varieties of remedies, because the people then when they try and then see, their prakriti should receive that. Their body should accept it. Then that acceptance makes them feel happy and comfortable. That's why we give some 10, 15 different varieties of remedies, so that which suits they should select. They should accept it. They should do it. That is the only purpose of giving some 10 or 15. It is not to experiment for you to every day one thing. That I am not suggesting you. I gave you some 10, 15 to select what you want and what suits you. That is what I suggest, and Ayurveda also says the same thing. Don't experiment too many things. Be simple. That's all.
Okay. So the next problem that we are going to deal with here is a skin problem of the scalp, that is dandruff. For some people it is mild, for some people it is very, very heavy, and it also leads to a condition known as psoriasis in some heavy cases. And I think hair loss and other things are also related to dandruff. So Swami, what is the remedy for dandruff?
Okay. Dandruff is a problem because of pitta, aggravated pitta. That is also connected with the food system and food intake of food and whatever the habits that you have, and indisciplined way of getting up and going to sleep, and all this daily routine what you are doing, indisciplined way of living, that creates all these problems. So head, when it is overheated, also some problems happens like this dandruff and also headaches and so many things comes to the head because of nervous system's disorder of nervous system. And it is connected with definitely with pitta, and then when pitta aggravated, this type of dandruff and all these problems comes, hair falls comes, and so many things happens. For dandruff, you can use these remedies, which a few remedies I wanted to suggest you. Okay, 1 tablespoon of fenugreek seed, that is menthia, vendayam. You have to take 1 tablespoon of fenugreek, crush it to powder. You have to make it powder. It's a little bit difficult, but try and then make it fine powder for that. Keep it in a, you can store it in a bottle or somewhere. Whenever you want, you can use it also. If you take some 500 grams or 1000 grams of fenugreek and make one's powder and keep it, it is going to be for a long time you can use it instead of every day grinding it to powder. Soak it in a hot water overnight. So in the morning, it will become like a paste, small, fine paste. It forms as a fine paste. That paste you have to apply to the head and also massage lightly to the roots of the hair and leave it. And if it is falling, and then if it is creating problem and your room is spoiled or whatever, if you feel like that, you can tie a nice cotton cloth around your head and sit for some time, okay, till it dries. After that, you can rinse your head and wash your head with use herbal powders like what I suggested last time, bath powders with Bengal gram and green gram and all. If you have already made it, also you can add there this soap nut powder also. That you mix, then a nice foam comes, then you can feel easy. But if it is not possible, at least use a light shampoo. Don't use a concentrated shampoos and then create a problem to the head. Should use that. Soap, nobody should use soap on the head. Okay, this is one. Then a few basil leaves, that means tulsi, and then 2 teaspoons of amla powder, nellika. Amla powder is nellikai. You have to take 2 teaspoons of nellikai powder and then a few leaves of tulsi powder. Then add a little water to this, make a paste. Apply this to the meticulously to your scalp and massage. Leave it for about half an hour. Okay, take that paste, apply and lightly massage the roots of the hair and leave it for 30 minutes. Then you can wash it with fresh water. Always in India, it is a hot, and then all these things, you use cold water or lukewarm water. If it is uncomfortable in cold water, better cold water, because brain cools and also nervous system cools. These problems of the dandruff and all these problems will be reduced. Okay. Then 1 teaspoon of neem oil. Neem oil, you know, you can get it from market or any Ayurvedic shops. And 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Olive oil also you can buy. The pure olive oil you have to buy. Okay. 1 teaspoon of neem oil, 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Mix and then apply lightly to the scalp and then massage. And then when you do it regularly, you will feel automatically your problems will come down. You understand? You will get free from this dandruff. Even the hair also grows nicely. When you use fenugreek, that is vendayam, massage and all, that is used for even to grow hairs also. It is a ancient remedy. Then add 4 to 5 drops of tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is available in market. You know that. You can go and ask tea tree oil, they will give you. Then bring that and to a tablespoon of coconut oil, you mix that, okay, few drops of tea tree oil. You should mix with a tablespoon of coconut oil and massage the scalp. So wonderful, and then removes the itching and then scratching things. So what you feel with the dandruff and all, you feel like scratching your scalp, and then you feel irritation. Sometimes, as you said, psoriasis type of problems, wounds and other things starts, and the pus starts, and that will be reduced when tea tree oil is mixed with coconut oil and massage lightly, and you feel the comfort. You understand? Some people, you know, if already have psoriasis problems and all, tea tree oil may give some irritation. That's why they can use only coconut oil. Okay? If somebody is having psoriasis problem in the head and all, understand that they cannot use tea tree oil because it gives like irritation starts in the places where that the wounds are there. So for them, it's according to them. If they are able to bear that, they can also use it. It is a wonderful remedy. Tea tree oil and then a coconut oil mixture. Okay, you have to. You should learn how to massage the head. Don't hit and beat the head with wonderful techniques. Many people they do on the head, and the head they play tabla, they play drums on, creating a wonderful. If you beat your head with a heavy strokes and all, you are going to lose memory. Your brain will be disturbed, and you are not going to get concentration. Lot of problems, nervous problems will start with you. Nervousness comes inside you, and you feel eyes will lose its power of sight. So many problems happens. Even the hearing also reduces. So don't beat the head with a wonderful beating like force, and then you want to show your skill. Many massagists I have seen in India, they are going to beat with pata pata pata. The sound itself, we can hear what type of wonderful massage they are doing. My master, Malladhalli Raghavendra Swamiji, he touched my head. I felt wonderful, I tell you. I felt it's such a beautiful effect in the head. Only the fingers. Angamardana is a technique, is a wonderful science, I tell you. When the head, he taught me 6 varieties of massage techniques on the head, that hand movements on the head. Karshana Hasta, Ghatita Hasta, so many things, wonderful. Anguli Kridana, he said. The fingers play on the head. It is not beating like tabla or something else. Tabla is also, the playing is also a technique, but there needs a pressure. But here, there is no pressure. At the same time, there is a little pressure also. When I do for you, Raghava, then you will understand, you will be in Rai. That means you will be in Swarga. I can make that and then show you. That's what he has given me an experience that Malladhalli Raghavendra Swamigal, when he demonstrated me on my head, and when he did the massage on the spine and all. Angamardana is a wonderful gift, I tell you. Why? I tell you, learn how to do massage. You have to massage when you do. If you have profuse hairs, you should massage the root of the hairs, not on the top and then simply apply the oil or the paste and leave it, and then it will not go deeper. So you have to massage to the roots of the hair if you have. For me, no problem. There is no hair or anything. It automatically goes inside. No problem. So I am very lucky and blessed. Okay. Then what you have to do, aloe vera. It's a wonderful Grita Kumari. In Sanskrit we say. Aloe vera you can get plenty in India. In other countries it is difficult to get aloe. But now imported things are happening here also. Some places it's growing also here in gardens. Aloe vera you can take out that pulp inside that aloe vera, and then with that pulp a little tablespoon of castor oil, mix, and then take it in a mixer and then make a nice mixture. That pulp should be mixed with the castor oil. Then you get a liquid from that both mixture. This you have to apply to the scalp and massage and leave it for half an hour, and then you can rinse your head. This is also wonderful remedy for the dandruff. 1 or 2, about 3 to 4, 5 remedies I have given. Try at least 1 or 2, and you try and see what suits you and how you feel happy. Sometimes we even suggest onion juice. Onion you can take because it's difficult to bear the smell for some Brahmin people or some other people because we have symptoms in it. Know that some people are against to onion, against to pund. They are all medicines, but unfortunate, lot of things are happening in the world. I cannot explain now. It is going out of topic. So onion juice also can be applied.
So due to the power outage, that session got cut. However, Swami has given comprehensive remedies for both acidity and dandruff, and we will continue to have these episodes as well. Please post any ailments that you are facing in the comments. If it is a common thing, no problems. If it is a specific condition that you or any of your relatives are having, please mention the gender and the age of the person when you are mentioning your issue, because only based on that specific solutions can be addressed in the video. That being said, we will end this session. Tacham yora vranemahe gatam yajnaya ghatam yajnapataye dhaivi swastirastunah swastirmanushebhyah urdvanjigadu beshajam shanno astu dipate sanchatushpate om shanti shanti shanti. Namasadase.